Thank you. I was going to resort to a loud whistle. Okay. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, and welcome everyone to the newly renovated Reg Lenna Center for the Arts. My name is Maria Kinberg, and I serve as the board president. Before recognizing our special guests this afternoon, I'd like to thank my fellow board members and our amazing staff, most of whom are with us. Without them, we certainly would not be able to meet our mission of inspiring, educating, and empowering an engaged community. Our board members are continuing to work to transform our operation, and our staff makes all the magic happen. Thank you to all of you. The recent completion of our $5 million capital project has allowed us to expand our programming and strengthen community partnerships. Thanks to the generous support of local and state funders, we have transformed our center, one that has long been the cultural hub of Jamestown. I'd like to take a few minutes now to thank the individuals and the organizations who helped to bring our dream to fruition. The Reg received $1.5 million through Governor Andrew Cuomo's Downtown Revitalization Initiative, and we are honored to have Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul join us today. Please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you, Maria. First things first, I just left a tour of the Comedy Center, and I have a question for everybody. Why did the coffee go to the police? It got mugged. Okay, that's right. I didn't make that up. It's just when you leave, they pop out a question for you, and I say, you know, I might as well use it somewhere, so I might as well test out my comedy, right? I need a little work, don't I? Okay. Although people sometimes think politics is rather comedic, but I am delighted to be here, and because I had the opportunity to make the announcement of the $1.5 million. I remember being with the mayor and the county executive and talking about this back in May of 2017. And Jamestown really was one of the very first communities selected on this really innovative concept of wondering if $10 million could change the trajectory of a community. So the first 10 communities, and Jamestown is one of them, really were the guinea pigs. They were the ones that we were testing to see whether or not it could have that transformative effect that we were looking for in downtowns that had really been forgotten by the state for many decades. And I know what it's like to be forgotten because I'm from Buffalo, just up the road, and it took a long time before the governor was elected and started actually saying, you know what, these are communities that matter. They have a great history, they have charm, they have assets, but they sometimes need a little extra help financially. And so I was delighted to announce this at the Palace a few years ago, and now to see the fruition, the completion of this project. So this has worked exactly the way we had hoped. The era of people in Albany, now there's a lot of nice people in Albany, but you do not want the bureaucrats and the elected officials making decisions on the future of a community, because it's the locals, the visionaries, the ones who believe in this area, who live and work here every day, the electeds from here, who know the needs of this community and what $10 million could do to transform it. So I'm really happy to be able to be here today to talk about this, but this was just, you know, the lobby, concessions, the box office, the library, the offices, the studios, unbelievable improvements, and I'm so excited to you and the board members who made this happen. But also, you know, realizing that culture and art are such an everyday part of our lives. And for families and young people to walk by here and to think about, you know, what's in there, what's going on in there, and have attractions and collections that are changing and performances. I mean, this is what it's all about. And you don't always get this in a city the size of a Jamestown. And that's what is so extraordinary about what you're doing here. And the synergy between the Reg and the Comedy Center now, which has been open just a short time, a little over a year, and now has been recognized by everybody from the New York Times to USA Today, saying it's the #2 new attraction in America. I mean, that's unbelievable. And so I think there's synergies that are now existing with the downtown, the revitalization, but also the linkage to the waterfront how many decades did we overlook this incredible asset? And now we're working on Riverwalk as well, and so many other projects. So I hope to be back here for many, many, many more ribbon cuttings, because those of you who know I'm from Hamburg originally, and whenever I wanted to escape my recognition in Erie County as elected official there, I'd come down here, hang out in Jamestown, or go down to the Chautauqua Institution. So I truly love this county. But particularly I want to thank the mayor for his long-term vision and his putting up with a lot of years, tough years, when there wasn't a clear-cut future.
Did you just call me old?
It's kind of the swan song that goes on for a long time, so you'll get a lot of comments. But you know, through your work, I mean, just to see the hotels that are popping up down here, our investments in the DoubleTree, and certainly what happened down the road with the Harbor Hotel, and streetscape improvements. The Robert Jackson Center, I was just there celebrating Stan Lundine's 80th birthday a couple weeks ago, and the improvements we're making there as well. So what I'm trying to point out, the point I'm trying to make is that it's all connected, that these are not one-offs, that there is a cohesive vision for the city of Jamestown and the surrounding area, and this opening today is a critical part of it, and I thank everyone involved, and again, thank our county executive as well. So Maria, I'll let you take it back. If you got a better joke than I have, I'm willing to listen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We're so pleased that you could join us. We know you're very busy. I would also like to recognize the Empire State Development and Western New York Regional Economic Development Corporations for their support. And of course, our city government. Special thanks to our mayor, Sam Teresi, a passionate supporter of the arts. Sam, the city council, his executive assistant, Matt Hanley, director of development, Vince DeJoy, director of public works, Jeff Lehman, all were very critical to our project's success, as was the Jamestown DRI Steering Committee. Sam, thank you for your leadership. Also joining us today are representatives from 4080 Architecture, Lehigh Construction, and Karpinski Engineering. Their expertise and guidance helped to shape our project, and their commitment assured its timely completion. Over the many months of planning and execution, they became part of the Reg family. If you could just give a wave, I know that you're with us today. Thank you. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, I want to recognize our local foundations, without whom we simply would not exist. Our foundations have generously supported us over the years, and they continue to provide the financial foundation on which we build. The Ralph C. Sheldon Foundation provided $1.5 million towards our project, and we are pleased to recognize Executive Director Linda Swanson and her board. Linda, thank you. The Gebby Foundation, under the leadership of Greg Edwards and his board, provided $900,000 toward the project. I don't know if Greg has popped in, but some board members are here. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. And the Lenna Foundation, their executive director, Joe Johnson, and their board awarded an additional $850,000. Thank you so much to the Lenna Foundation. And in its largest single grant ever, the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation provided over $216,000. Executive Director Tori Ergang is with us. Tori, thank you and your board. Again, thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Please stay and mingle at your leisure. Help yourself to food and beverage. If you'd like to tour the facility, our marketing director, Len Berry, will be doing tours on the half hour, and you can join him under the black Reg awning. He'd be happy to show off our new center. Our block party is going to commence shortly, and if you don't yet have your Paula Poundstone tickets, we have a few seats left, so you can grab them right in the back. Thank you again for being here.
and the half hours like starting at 4:30 or so too?
Yep, and I'm sure we're happy to take a private if you like.
We'll do a quick one. Yeah,
Okay.
kind of an expedited one.
That'd be great. Do you want to take the tour with Kathy? Sure. Well,